Okay, here you go. Okay. When asked to describe myself, people may think, or could probably sit down and talk for hours about their own story. People carry more than just a few experiences and characteristics with themselves throughout their entire lives. So today, I have picked out a handful of objects to describe myself, and I've picked out a few objects to represent my past, present experiences, as well as my future dreams and ambitions. My first object I chose to describe myself is the Fox and the Hound movie. This is one of my favorite movies as a child. I picked this movie because it's about animals, and I love animals, and animals play a big part in my life. And I also like the moral of this story. It's about two friends that have a lot of differences, and they fall apart, or they drift apart, and they have different duties in life, but in the end, love trumps all. And I really like that moral. My second object I chose was a stick-on tattoo. It's this butterfly with a heart around it. I found this a couple years ago in a restaurant, in one of those machines you put quarters in. And I saw it and I thought, well, I'd like to get a real tattoo of this. And I was 17 at the time, and I thought, if I'm going to get a tattoo, I want it to really mean something, because it's going to be on my body the rest of my life. And at that time, the most important person in my life was my mom. So me and my mom got this tattoo together, and mine has her name written above mine, and hers has me and my sister's name. And this just shows how devoted I am to my mom, and that I love my mom very much. The third object I chose to describe myself is a Bible reading calendar. I got this in church a few weeks ago before the beginning of the year. And it gives you assignments to read out of the Old and New Testament every day for a year, and you can finish the Bible in a year. And this is just what I do whenever I have a spare moment, and God and my religion and the Bible are really important to me. So that's another thing that describes me. For my picture, I chose a picture of course, me and my husband and my daughter. This is the core of my existence. This is why I wake up every day and do what I do. And this is the little family we have created. And I'm very proud of my little family, and they mean a lot to me. The fifth object I chose to describe myself is a newspaper article, or an ad promoting breastfeeding. It's the same picture you just saw. This just shows that this is how I chose to feed my daughter. This is how I bond with my daughter. And it has presented a lot of obstacles with becoming a new mom, but I'm very glad that I chose this road to go down with my daughter, and it's been quite the learning experience. So that's also a big part of my life. Now for my past, when I think about my past, I think about high school. When I think about high school, I think about FFA. And I think about FFA because it is the organization I stuck with all 4 years of my high school career. And it's kind of made me into who I am. I don't know who I would be without FFA. I had lots of officer shirts to choose from, but I chose this one because this was my Area 2 officer shirt, and that was the highest office I held. And I'm very grateful for being able to be a leader in that organization. My present life, I chose a diaper to represent my present life, because this is what I'm doing most of my time. I'm changing diapers, I'm feeding my daughter, I'm bathing her, teaching her things, and everything right now is kind of all about babies and baby stuff, and all about my daughter, so I wouldn't want it any other way. And my future is actually one of my daughter's stuffed animals, but I chose it because it's a dog, and it's an animal, and for my future, I really want to be able to work with animals. I want to be able to wake up and go to work to animals and come home to animals. So that's just a few things to describe me and to represent my past, present, and future. Thank you for your time.